Boom. Hey, internets. Had a good conversation the other day and I wanted to share it with the audience just because I think it's pertinent right now. So this is not based on a Q&A or a question that someone commented on another video, but someone asked me what the toughest thing is about launching a brand right now. And I was like, wow, very simple, but no one's asked me that question as of recently. And the answer to this changes. So I'm sure I've done a video like this, but I believe it's been years since I've dropped it, since people are a lot more specific about their questions on the channel. But right now, as this is recording, as we're entering, are we in it? We're in like the last quarter of 2018. The most difficult thing about launching a brand right now, and this is going to really speak to a lot of you that are just discovering the channel or on the fence about starting a brand right now, is the unpredictability of retail. Okay, typically when I'm talking to a brand, they have their concept and they know what they want to bring. A lot of times I'll drill down and say, well, what is the unique proposition, right? So in terms of solving a problem, we understand that fashion is something that's not a need. I mean, we need to cover our bodies for protection from the elements. But do we need to have a Champion hoodie? Does it need to be a Supreme hat? Did it have to be a Maharishi jacket and G-Star jeans? No, these are all choices that we make in different points of our life. So fashion is an accessory, you know, because you can go to Walmart and you can go to Target and you can just actually Target is starting to deal with some really good brands. But you could go to Walmart, or how about this? You could go to a drugstore and just get a package of white tees, and that will suffice as actually covering your body. But you know, so that element has always kind of been there, you know, like I'll always meet designers who are very hyped on their idea. So I always want to drill it back and say, okay, well, what if it doesn't get received like that? So a lot of when I'm mentoring someone is trying to let them understand things that what if the way that you're completely envisioning doesn't work, you know, which is in a lot of cases what happened to me. And I felt I did my due diligence in my late 20s when I launched my brand, and you know, but it's great because it was the beginning of what this channel has become, and now I'm helping other people on their path, and etc. etc. So back to what I was saying though, the unpredictability of the market is insane. As all of you who are subscribed know, my videos have been hot about the tariffs with US versus China and the Trump administration and the way we're navigating through that. If you watch those series of videos, you know I think it's going to end badly. In one case or another, we're going to have some sort of tax that's going to be imposed. It's going to strain relations in one way or another. Now, I think there's going to be good things from it, right? So when something bad happens, you know, cause and effect, usually there's something somewhere that might be positive from the transaction. But you know, it might stimulate the ability to use other countries, and so China wouldn't have such a vice grip, and that might be a good thing if those other countries were competitive. When I say competitive, I mean in price and execution, because my biggest worry whenever I'm doing something domestic or in doing something that's not China, like maybe Cambodia, maybe Thailand, maybe Africa, I'm just trying to see if they can match the standard at the same rates and timetables that China has done in the past, because their track record, generally speaking, is so good. I mean, there's always going to be a bad vendor, and a good vendor is always going to have a bad run. So, and I can say that from experience from owning my own high-volume screen printing shop. So I understand that. But let me zoom out, because I'm getting very micro into that. There's the whole tariff thing, okay? There's the whole retail thing. So retail is getting decimated. If you're into the news, Sears is on its last legs, and they've been trying to make themselves relevant. But as you can see the pattern, the dinosaur retail of having an anchor shop at the end of the mall is not the business right now. It is just not what's going on. So a lot of those, like Nordstrom's, is trying to figure out a transition plan where I've seen a plan where they're trying to make Nordstrom's be more of an experiential place, a place, is that a real word? A place where you have experiences like almost spa-like, and you know, they aid you with shopping, but you'll see big retail have more space now because they're having less and less product and more space, because the demand is not there. So retail is continuing to go through disruption, and that money isn't necessarily going back into fashion. If you look at studies, it's showing people and millennials that are growing older now, they're trying to spend the money on experiences. So as internet opens up and the world becomes a smaller place, we're seeing other things that we can do with our money, such as visit places and check out that waterfall in an obscure island of the Philippines, and these type of things. So it makes people actually want to use money that before would have gone to fashion. It's going into other places. So it's not like it's going back into fashion and you just need to be up on your e-commerce game. It's a different landscape. And so as you know, I'm on the verge of always trying to figure out what that is, so I can try to spot trends and at least see what result is happening now, so that I can help people better navigate as they're launching one of their clothing lines. So this, you know what? There's more, but I can stop right there. So retail, the tariff, it's a tough thing because you can make anything. It's becoming more transparent where you can learn how to design things and make the product and get it made. But the huge problem is, who are you going to sell it to? Who are you distributing to? A lot of my biggest clients are influencers. Mainly, well, not mainly, but a lot of YouTubers, because they can communicate directly with their audience and sell them merch. So it's been a huge part of my business in terms of development now. It's not clothing brands, it's merch. It's clothing brands that are merch for influencers. So that's where things seem to be going. And backing up from that, retail tariff and the unpredictability of things is the toughest thing for a startup brand. A lot there, but if you're new to the channel or you're trying to figure out right now, I'm sure that's helpful. I hope it's helpful. Yeah, so follow me on social media when you have the chance. You guys got any other questions? This sparked another question. Let's talk about it. Drop it all down below, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.